Hello you lovely lot, and welcome to the Awakened Heyoka channel. I've been drawn to do this lovely reading for you today. So what I need you to do is just pick a deck and hopefully we'll get some answers for you later on. So the first deck is the purple amethyst, and the second deck is rose quartz, third deck is blue obsidian, and fourth deck is jade. So have a look through those. If you are struggling to pick one, then try and close your eyes and then open them and see which one you're drawn to first. If you are drawn to some of the later ones, then please go ahead and go to your timestamp, which I'll put below, and I will see you at your reading. Look forward to it. Hi and welcome to reading number one. So if you selected the purple amethyst, that is reading number one, then welcome to your reading. So I'm just going to pop this amethyst over there, and then we are going to get on with your reading. If you're interested in any of the cards that I used today, there will be detail below along with the timestamps. So if you're interested in any of these cards, then you'll be able to find them there. So let's get on with your reading. So the first card out that we have today is the Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. This card usually comes up to say you are the magic. You've clearly been or are at a crossroads and are wondering which way to turn. This normally retracts you back when you're feeling particularly low. It's just to remind you that you do have the magic because you are the magic. So the Magic Guardian comes up to let you know that any questions or anything that you're not sure of, you very rarely need to go outside to find that information. If you learn to meditate and ask yourself those questions on a deeper level, you'll tend to find the answer. And sometimes the answer is not necessarily what we want to hear, but unfortunately the universe is the way it is, and sometimes we have to deal with some difficult situations, but that first one there is saying that you have the magic to deal with it. And the next one out is the Shaolin Master. Now the Shaolin Master is an incredibly strong person, but when they go to do something, they channel their energy so specifically that, you know, when they go to chop the bricks and things like that, what they do is they almost meditate and they bring all their energies together and they focus it and then they get the job done. That's basically what you need to do. But also they're not show-offs, you know, they don't go, oh, I can do this. They are very subtle in the way that they go around things, very quiet. You know, they are a great lover of all things, like monks, like they're Buddhist monks, of all living things and having a respect for all living things. But I think what this is saying is that you definitely are at a crossroads, but you definitely have the power to do it. You have the strength like the Shaolin Master, but you're questioning whether you have the magic to do it, and you absolutely do. But what you need to do is choose your energy wisely. So almost like what we say is pick your fight. So, you know, don't kind of put your energies into everything. You need to understand what it is that you want to manifest. What kind of outcome do you want? Focus on that and then put your energies into that, and you will have a chance for success. Okay, the Animal Guardian, yes, definitely. So here we have like the warrior angel being protected by all her animals. They love her, she loves them, and nature is a massive force in terms of the high vibrations, high energies. The other thing with animals is they speak their truth. They respond to things naturally. They don't think about how anyone else is going to respond to them. They speak their truth. So if they're scared, they act scared, and if they're happy, they tell you they're happy. So it's a bit like saying, you know your truth. From what I get from these three is that you definitely have the power within you to make changes, but you need to focus. You need to understand what it is that you want and be authentic. Speak your truth. Then you will see that the gates will just open for you. But for me, I think potentially you're in a situation at the moment where you're at a bit of a crossroads and you're not sure what to do. But there's definitely saying that there's change coming. There's something on the horizon here that you need to focus now. So let's go into the Archangel Michael cards. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Absolutely. So this is saying that you are currently in a situation that is not healthy. You need to dig deep, and you need to be strong, and you need to understand that you have the strength to do this, but a change is definitely coming, so be prepared. The second card from Archangel Michael is Honor and Trust Your Feelings again. So this all ties in with the way that you must change your mindset. So at the moment, potentially, some of you could be feeling quite stuck, but you've got some good ideas, or you've got even big dreams maybe that have completely been shelved for years, but you just have something in you that wants to revisit it again. You want to leave this unhealthy situation, and you want to break free and do something that you want to do. You can absolutely do that. And these cards are telling you that, yes, it's hard, and yes, it's difficult, but you are absolutely supported by your ancestors, the angels, and the universe to make that change. Be brave. Be brave like the Shaolin master, and focus your energies and get what you want. And the next cards are from the Atlanteans. So this is the Temple of Poseidon. Now, the Temple of Poseidon is like a focal point. Normally it's what people look to for guidance and for help. So this one actually has some text on the back, so I will read it for you to give you some perspective. When the golden age of Atlantis was prepared, the Intergalactic Council first built the Temple of Poseidon on sacred heights. The great crystal itself was housed in the temple, which only the highest priests could access. As it shimmered in the sunlight, the general populace looked up at it for inspiration and hope. This card is representative of new beginnings. Exactly. This card indicates that it's time for new beginnings. Maybe a new concept, idea, or pathway will be presented to you at a much higher level than anything you have previously considered. You are definitely going through changes. Therefore, it suggests that you review every aspect of your life from a higher perspective. So a lot of the lower vibrations are driven by fear and ego, and this is saying you need to now shift that to a higher perspective of you can do things, the universe will support you, and just shift that mindset, because you're definitely going through changes. Be aware that people will look to you for guidance, so you are called on to act and speak selflessly with the utmost integrity. Be a guiding light to others. Wow, what this says to me is potentially you guys have gone through a lot of stuff, but you need to talk about it. Maybe that means writing a book, maybe that means writing a song, or starting a charity, or something where you're going to be helping people. This could also be the fact that you might be an angel or starseed, and therefore you need to be helping others. But you definitely will be doing something where people will be looking to you for advice, or how to get out of their situation that you've already gone through. So this is a very positive card. This is basically just saying that once you've broke out of this cycle, you will then be in a position to follow your dreams and tell others how to do it, basically. So this is a very strong card. Now we're going to go to the unicorn cards. Openings. A new door is opening for you. This is all change. Wow. Okay. So definitely the mindset that you're in at the moment is not going to work for you. You need to switch up. You were absolutely meant to come here for this reading today, because whatever it is, whatever rut you're in, it's a mind prison almost. So you think you are stuck in this situation when you are absolutely not. You've just got to take that step. And I know it's very difficult when you don't know what that step looks like, and you're on a path and you can't see the path in front of you. You're almost blindfolded, and it's very, very scary, and you need to be brave, and you need to put that foot out as if the path is already there, and trust that it will be there, and that your angels will guide you into whatever it is that you need to do. But it is absolutely there and ready and waiting for you. So please look out for these opportunities, and don't forget, they're not going to come and knock at your door. Just take the step. Send that email, read that book, go to that seminar, go, put a foot forward in the right direction of where you want to be, and goodness, they are going to help you somewhat. So the next one is mystery. Explore the unknown, and unexpected awaits for you. So again, this is something that's lurking around. It's there, it's ready, it's almost waiting for the mind shift to happen, and then it's going to step in, and it's really going to be quite transformative for you, because you've been in this dark place for such a long time. It's very hard to see a way out of it, especially, you know, if it's money worries or anything like that, but specifically relationships, jobs. I think potentially this could all mean that this is either a relationship or a job, but that is absolutely coming to an end, and the suffering or the pain is absolutely coming to an end, and there are new beginnings. But you must shift that mindset into positive and higher vibrations. Surround yourself with high vibrational people that make you laugh, people that care about you. Put yourself in those circles and kind of come away from anybody that's giving you negativity, because that is absolutely not helping you at this moment. And I think you'll find that they'll just drop away anyway. These people will drop away eventually, and it's almost written that, you know, there's something coming for you, which is really exciting. Okay, the final cards that we're going to get out for you are the angel cards. So I will lift these up so you can see them a little bit better. But you've got kindness, positivity, and Archangel Gabriel, which is also very beautiful to have, because that kind of rounds everything off lovely. But basically, I'll read you the cards. In order to be kind, you must open your heart to the gentle qualities of caring and compassion. Be kind to yourself, have reasonable expectations, and give yourself due praise. In order to nurture the gentle quality of kindness and cherish yourself. When you do something for yourself, you automatically extend that same energy to others. Again, changing mindsets and influencing others. So, kindness melts barriers of ice around people and re-empowers those who are afraid. So reach out to the lonely, draw out the shy, and include those who feel isolated, and comfort the sad. Your reward will be a sense of inner peace, warmth, and love. The affirmation here is, I am kind to myself and others. Now, this is really interesting, because obviously this ties in with everything that you're going through at the moment. So you almost have to be that friend that you need to yourself, and then you need to extend that out to others. People are going to look to you for advice when you come through this. Positivity here. It says, when you're positive, you keep directing a stream of high vibration energy with your thoughts, words, and actions, again, raising your vibrations. This affects others, and they help you towards your purpose. The angels are aware of the power of your positivity, and they too will support you in your intentions. You choose your thoughts and attitudes. So focus on loving, abundant, and successful outcomes in every area of your life. Your positivity will make you feel happy, healthy, and fulfilled. The affirmation here is, I am positive and strong. Again, all ties in together. So you have got some big changes coming. So you better get yourself ready, have a shower, put your nail varnish on, or your aftershave, whatever your thing is. But you are getting ready to go to a brand new party, and it's one that you probably didn't expect. But times are changing, and for the good. So whatever difficult situation you are in at the moment, and you are, I know you are, but you absolutely can come out of this. Everything around this is saying that you have the strength to do this. And not only do you have the strength to do this, but you can also follow your dreams and then tell others how they can too achieve it. So you are a way shower. You might think that you're insignificant right now in the situation you're in, but you are not. You are a way shower. You have to go through this in order to understand the situations to help others, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So trust in the process. Swap your mindset to a higher vibration, and then let Archangel Gabriel help you with this. So if you do meditate, if that's your thing, then please do meditate with Archangel Gabriel. And I'll read this card for you. You are blessed to receive this Archangel card, and your guidance is to invoke Archangel Gabriel, who works on the white ray for grace and purification. It's time to release old memories, ingrained habits, mental patterns which lower your vibrations. Archangel Gabriel will bring order and discipline into your life so that everything runs smoothly. So you're getting a lot of help with this, guys. You can also call on him to bring you clarity and joy. Joy is a really high vibration. Laughing, you know, playing, it's a good thing. You're reminded that you are beautiful light and wise spirit, and that only the material mantle guises your true self. So envisage yourself surrounded by pure white light. Let your pure spirit emerge and fly. And the affirmation is, I am pure and light. So that is a beautiful reading of change. It's scary. Change is always scary. But what you need to understand is change is going to happen whether you like it or not, and you may as well embrace it. And it really depends on the vibration you're at when you're doing this. So this is why you've come here today to find this out, because if you carry on in the same vibration that you're at, you're going to carry on with that cycle, and you're going to feel this way for much longer. You have to make the decision to change. You have to then make the decision to be around people of high vibration, to do things of a high vibration, such as, you know, look after yourself, be that friend to yourself. Even if you're relatively lonely, be that friend that you would be to somebody else, because you are about to get yourself out of this rut, and you are going to be a way shower and show everybody how it is done. But trust me when I say, I know you've been through hard times, but trust me, the angels have put their wings around you and they're saying it's okay. You are loved, you are guided, you are worthy, and you have things to say that people will want to listen to. So whatever it is that you create with, please do. This is the reading for card one, for deck one, sorry. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if that's what you would like to do. And hopefully I will see you again. I'm going to move on to reading number 2. Hello and welcome to reading number 2. So if you picked the rose quartz, then this is your reading today. So I will crack on with these lovely cards. Okay, so the first cards that we have out for you today are the drum, the stag, and the druid. Now this is interesting because these are both warrior cards. What I get from this is the drum is normally a sign that you are very connected to the spiritual world at the moment, and potentially it also means dreams and manifesting and that kind of thing. So you might be having reoccurring dreams, you might be having the same theory, you know, the same theme in your dreams. These are your messengers that are trying to get messages to you. And obviously the drum is used in lots of meditations and drumming throughout the world. It's used for medicine and, you know, parts of meditation and going within. So it's very connected to the spirit world and other worlds, but usually through dream or deep meditation. So you may be getting some messages through there. But it's teamed up here with the stag. Now the stag is it's a beautiful, strong card, because the stag is obviously majestic and it's out there in the woods, but you know, it's also hunted, but it will stand there and it will allow itself to be hunted and still look majestic. And it's about kind of holding your space, holding your ground, but also there's a lot of protection here. If you see the horns around the head, they protect the head, which means there's a lot of going on inside, especially with it being teamed up with this one. The stag can also represent sexuality and that kind of thing. And also the Native Americans, they used to revere the stag because the stag would provide food, and they would make their drums from the stag, and you know, that kind of thing. So they are very highly revered. But I would say that this is in a head protection mode, potentially around sexuality, because we've got the druid here, which is hold your space. So this is about really grounding yourself. If you're asking about whether you should, you know, move quickly with something and make a quick decision, this is your no card. This is just saying remain grounded. The druids are the UK's most oldest spiritual leaders, if you like to say, and the druids are very much about the earth, the sun, the moon. And if you think about a tree, you know, a tree is solid and it doesn't move anywhere, but it still bears leaves and fruit. So, you know, just because you're not making the decision to run or go doesn't mean that you can't flourish or you know, be in a good situation. Now, you know, what I would say about this is that this particular card here, matched with all of these, it's actually quite overwhelming really, because for me, my instincts are saying that this may be some sexuality related or past sexual abuse. I know that's getting very deep for a card reading, but some sort of sexual pain that is potentially revisiting you in your dreams and your meditation. You're finding it a very big blockage for some of you. I know that this is a generalised reading, so it may not be for everybody. For those of you that don't connect to that message, then I would say this is your no card for do you need to move. I would say stand your ground, and go within meditation and follow your dream patterns and write them down, keep a dream log. But for those of you that are connecting to this message, I would say that now is the time that you are being asked to address those issues, is to address the guilt within you, or the pain inside you, or the hurt that you've had, and to stand strong and to make roots, and you know that once you are rooted into the ground, you can then deal with whatever emotions come your way. It's like having a tree in the ground. You know, the wind comes and all sorts of weather, but it stays where it is. And that's basically what this is asking you to do, is just stay solid, look within. But that's the feeling that I'm getting from that. But let's have a look at the other cards that come out for you. So we're going now to the Archangel Michael cards. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Yes, again, so this is right. Basically, you have some things in the past that you are dealing with, or think that you're dealing with, and you dug them very, very deep. But now is the time to face that and to understand it, and to ask yourselves, you know, do you need to allow that to still affect you in this now, in this period of presence, and or does it, you know, does it even serve you in any way? And if it doesn't, you need to start learning to let that go. And that is why it's probably coming up in your dreams. It's making itself known to you in that way. And the second card is innocence. Yes, absolutely. Oh, some of you have been through a really, really crap childhood or adolescence, and that's affected you quite profoundly. But you know what? Now is the time for you to understand that you can love yourself. The innocence is about, it's not your fault. It never was your fault. The guilt was not your fault. You shouldn't hold any of these things in your present day, right now, in your now. It is no longer serving you. It's hindering you. It's stopping you from moving forward, and it's affecting you in ways that you didn't think, or you maybe didn't realise, and it's coming up suddenly. All of a sudden you're getting all these flashbacks or memories or something like that, and it's saying act. And this, specifically with this drum card, because that's about going within and meditation and dreams, perhaps try meditation to try and unlock some of those feelings that you've buried deep down, and try and look at them from a higher perspective of love and high vibrations, and love your younger self. Love that person that was going through all that, because that person got you to where you are today. They were so brave and so determined that they've got you to where you are now, and it's time to show love now to that little person within us all who is hurting. And this is definitely the theme for that, and I'm sorry if some of you guys don't relate to that, and I understand that this is a generalized reading, but this is unique for me. This kind of thing has never come up in a reading before for me, so I'm hoping this is going to help some of you out there. But yes, this is about loving yourself, freeing what no longer serves you, and this is about just admitting the truth that this does affect you, and it's okay not to be okay. I know it's a cliche, but it's true. And you are about to go through a lot of healing, and it's going to be painful, but you will absolutely be fine, and you are surrounded by angels that will protect you through this process. So just hold tight. Now let's see what the Arcturians think about this. Not Arcturians, sorry, apologies. This is the Atlanteans. I will talk to you about Hurrians another time, but not on this reading. So you have the 12 chakras. So this is about remembering who we are, which again is a beautiful message for this, because we forget our strength, we forget how powerful we are. And even though we are aware of the 7 chakras, you know, we actually can access 12 chakras, which is more of our higher self. This actually comes with an explanation on the back, so I'll talk you through it, but that is the card itself, the 12 chakras. Okay, in Golden Atlantis, every person had 12 chakras and 12 strands of active DNA. When the frequency of Atlantis declined, 5 chakras closed down. Following this, 10 of the strands of the DNA, which contained people's evolved psychic and spiritual powers, became dormant and is now currently known as junk DNA. We are now called on to reactivate the chakras and our full DNA potential. You are reminded that you have enormous untapped spiritual and psychic powers. By relaxing deeply, you can start to activate your cellular knowledge and bring back the wisdom you held in Atlantis. Your guidance is to access this potential. Find time and space to become quiet and still so you can remember who you truly are. Relax and tune into your potential. And that is key, because you are not that broken person. You are not what somebody else has done. You are a completely different entity. You are absolutely beautiful and worthy, and you know, we need you here, and we need to hear your stories, but you need to understand that you're going to have to dig deep for this, but you need to remember who you are, and this is on about reaching your psychic potential as well. So even though you've got the dreams here that they're communicating with, I've got a feeling that you potentially also might, you know, potentially see things or hear things in life, or get signs or synchronicities or something like that that you're picking up on. These are all signs for you to say, remember who you are. This is just one life. This is just one experience, and this is just something that you have had to face in order to experience that vibration. But now you need to move that over and raise your vibrations. And remember who you are, remember your divinity, remember you are loved and that you are wanted and that you are valuable, and people will love you, and you can forgive yourself for anything and everything that you've done previously. This is about now, this is about the present, and letting go of things that no longer serve you, to allow you to come into yourself, to remember who you are. So let's go to these lovely next cards. Yes, you see future, let go of the past and move forward. That card there, let go of the past and move forward. And you see they're moving through a doorway there, although it's a trellis really when you look at it, but this is future. This is saying, you know, you've got a future. You've got to let go of that dark past. You don't need to stand in that tunnel anymore of darkness. You don't need to think, oh, well, this is my life and this is what's happened, so this is all I can do and this is all I can be. No, not at all. You are definitely coming out of this trap, if you like, this emotional thought prison that you've had from whatever it is that you've been through. And now is the time to go, do you know what? That's not serving me anymore. That's not helping me. I'm going to look forward. I'm going to walk through the door and I'm going to see what's there. What have you got to lose? And laughter. Yes, brilliant. Laughter attracts unicorns. Although I know that some of you might think, well, unicorns, but still, the unicorns are there because this is not a horn at all. This is where the unicorn's third eye is. It's just, it has an open third eye. So this is also telling you to raise your vibrations. Laughter is one of the highest vibrations. Joy, you know, find your joy. This is stopping you. This is stunting your growth, your spiritual growth. It's stunting you in terms of you're carrying a lot of this baggage and you need to just hand that bag over. You just need to hand your bag over to the angels and surround yourself with people that will make you laugh, people that will open doors for you, you know, people that will talk about the things that you're great at and encourage you, and put yourself around those types of people, because God knows you need that right now. But yes, absolutely, raise your vibrations. And now we have the angel messengers. So these are actually text cards, and you have beginnings. Yes. changes. Creativity, again, high vibration under the laughter. So maybe you're a comedian, maybe you know, because some of the comedians have had the worst backgrounds, and they come through that and they make other people laugh with their anecdotes, and you know, potentially that might be your thing. But definitely creativity is a flow of high vibration. So maybe you might like music or writing a book, or you might like to do anything like that. It's definitely telling you to create something that's going to create joy within you. And then we have beginnings. So let me just read through these cards before I go on to the final card. So beginnings is, life is a series of cycles and a time of rebirth is indicated for you. It's almost going to feel like that, guys, because you've lived this way for such a long time with this burden, and it's been so heavy, but now it's become normal for you, so you don't know what it feels like to be light. But this is saying that you're about to let go of all of this baggage, and you're going to feel so much lighter and brighter, and there's new beginnings for you, so don't be afraid. This may mean a new phase in a relationship, the germination of a fresh idea, or the development of qualities in you like laughter, light or hope. Again, you've had laughter again here. I've got a strong feeling that some of you may well be either budding comedians or comedy writers, or have a very wicked sense of humour. And I believe that that's what you should use this for. Like, this is definitely saying that we need to create something, and sometimes the best humour comes out of the darkest times. And so the fact that you've had that twice is interesting. It may herald a total change. Yes, exactly. A change of how you think and feel, but not necessarily in your surroundings, but definitely there's going to be a shift of how you feel about yourself. This is the most important thing, but also how then you interact with others around you. Do not be afraid to let go of the familiar. Again, grief and pain and anxiety, they're all familiar to us, and we keep going back to them whether we think we do or not we do, and it's very familiar, so we need to let go of that. For the new cannot enter until the old and outworn has departed. Your angel guidance is to accept the new, for it will be welcome when it arrives. Of course it will be welcome. Birth is a vulnerable time. The fragile life force needs to be protected and nurtured within you. Ask the angels to guide the new beginnings in your life safely to maturity. The affirmation is, I welcome and nurture the new in my life. So definitely you're going to have a new way of thinking or a new way of doing stuff. And it's going to be difficult because this specifically has been, how can I put this? Intense for me as a reader, because I can feel all these emotions that are coming up with this. But you need to hang on, because this is telling me that you have a really good knack at finding comedy in something, or making people laugh, or finding the light side of things. And probably because you've been through that, you've had to do that. But what it's saying is you can still be this funny person, but not carry that baggage. So let that go. And goodness me, you will just take off. And the final card here is aspiration. So the aspiration is, it is time to set your sights higher. If you are settling for the mediocre, aim for the superb. Stretch yourself to fulfill all your potential and hold mighty visions. Yes, brilliant, dream big. Find the wisdom within you, which enables you to aspire to the great and glorious. Then expand your comfort zone so that you can explore your dreams. The angels guide you never to settle for less than your incredible human spirit can achieve or deserves. Ask for help from the angels, and they will guide and inspire you to raise your consciousness and live at a higher level. Let your spirit soar and aim for the divine. I aspire to the great and glorious. That is brilliant. It's basically just telling you that, yes, you've been through hard times, but goodness me, you need to dream. You need to put down something on paper. You need to make that step, apply for that job in comedy or do something that's going to bring you joy. But you've got this stirring going on within you at the moment, and yes, a lot of that is painful memories, but you absolutely have the ability here to go within and heal all of that, and send yourself love, and send your little person some love and high vibrations, because time is an illusion, it's linear, and everything happens, you know, there is only now, basically. So the fact that you can meditate and send your little self-love now really will make the difference. And also, this creative thing that's going to happen for you is going to be so much fun, and you're going to raise your vibrations naturally, and you'll just see things come into your way, because you'll be like a magnet of high vibration. You'll see all these new people that will be coming into your life that will want to talk to you about stuff, and talk to you about possibly comedy or putting on a show or something like that. But you've definitely got that going, but you've got this here that you need to deal with first. But it looks good for you guys. So if you've picked the rose quartz, it's an emotional one, but you absolutely have the ability to get through it, and I look forward to seeing your comedy. So this is the end of reading 2. I'm now going to be doing reading 3. Hello and welcome to reading number 3. So if you picked the 3rd deck, which is the blue obsidian, then this is your reading. So I will crack on with that. Okay, let's have a look at your first cards out. Okay, so you have the High Priestess is out first. And then we have the Shield Maiden. And the White Witch. These are all super feminine cards. This is a very strong feminine message. So you've got the High Priestess here, which is the counterpart of the High Priest. She carries a very high vibration. She has this here, this cat, the black cat called Bast, who protects her from any low vibrational stuff. So real leadership qualities. So I have a feeling that for people that have picked this reading, you are a manager or a CEO or in charge of your own kind of things. Definitely a leader of some description. Very, very strong. I know this is a general reading, so there are going to be men that are going to be watching this as well. Maybe this is a sign that you need to bring out the feminine qualities. But this is very, very strong. You've got the Shield Maiden, who is the female version of a knight. So again, strong energy. And we have the White Witch here from the Wicca. So putting this all together so far, I would say that you are definitely in a position of power somehow. You know, you're a leader. You might be in a job that requires quite a lot of you. But this one here is saying the Shield Maiden is make plans and focus, which basically means that you need to make sure you are making plans and not just going into things completely blind, because you are in a position of authority. Sometimes you just go. But what this is saying is make the plans. It comes back to the old saying of, you know, fail to plan, plan to fail. That's what this is saying to you. You are absolutely strong. You have some great ideas, but you need to make a plan, which normally means that you're going to be moving off somewhere else. So you may be in a job at the moment that you're not happy with, or, you know, you feel that you're underrated, or you're working too hard and not getting paid enough money, or just not even been told thanks or anything like that. This is saying, you know, don't let it hinder you, because you are a strong, powerful person, and you can absolutely handle it, but you need to start putting plans in place. And the White Witch here, even though she is gentle and innocent and sweet, she has a very powerful intuition, but here she's accompanied with the horned owl. So she's also not afraid to look at people or listen to other people who may be a little bit wiser or understand the situation better. So, you know, this is basically saying that I think get some advice from people, talk to the people that you know are in the know, and start to make plans. The feeling that I'm getting from these first cards is that this is to do with work. This is definitely to do with you potentially, you know, going out by yourself, leading the way, being the way shower with the strong energies. But don't be so big-headed that you can't take advice or learn things from other people. Don't be so kind of closed off to that, which is why I think we've got a big feminine energy here to say, you know, be humble, be kind, be move forward with confidence, but with grace, as opposed to, you know, hell leather. So this is nice. Let's see if we can put this into context with some cards from the Archangel Michael deck. Believe and trust. Yes. Okay. So, sorry, I didn't show you those. Let's believe and trust. And explore your options. Okay, this is definitely about work. So, basically, you are definitely in a position now where you've worked hard to be where you are, and you know, to get to this point where you are right now. But something's shifted. You're not being respected. You're being, pushed to one side almost, or overlooked, and your hard work is not being focused on. So therefore, you need to change. You need to use all your skills that you're using right now for a company, for yourself. So you need to put all that into. You've got some good ideas. It's saying believe in trust, which normally is around believe in trust. If you're looking for a yes or no card, this is your yes card. So if you're thinking, should I move to another job? Should I change this relationship? Should I, the answer is yes. So you need to believe and trust in yourself. Also, your instincts here with the High Priestess is intuition. It's listening to yourself, understanding what it is you truly want, and manifest that, because we are our thoughts. And so if we are thinking negative things all the time, that's what we're going to attract. And so that's not what we want to do. Here, explore your options. Again, this is about applying for that job, changing your therapist, changing your lawyers, changing your management team. So this is all about changes, and this is about trusting your instincts. So whatever you feel right now, I strongly believe this is to do with work, but you could relate to this. Like I said, this is a generalised reading. You could relate to it from a relationship point of view, or something entirely different. But certainly from what I'm getting for some of you, this will be a work thing, and you will completely understand what all this means, because you've been thinking about this for a little while. So believe and trust in your own instincts. It's definitely connected to the High Priestess there. So that is intuition. Moving forward, you're protected from low vibration. So just moving forward, but make sure you make a plan, and listen to others, listen to wise people, get some advice, look at the good, the bad and the ugly. So, make a list so that nothing is going to shock you, but you absolutely have to believe in what it is that you're doing, and you need to make some changes. So put that foot forward into making that change. So that's, making the calls, resigning, applying for a new job, changing therapists if they're not helping you, changing your relationship, something like that. We're going to move on to the Atlantean cards now, just so that we can get a bit more clarity on what it is that we're doing. Another High Priestess. So you have two High Priestesses. So your feminine energy is huge. Also, this is another thing about your intuition. This is basically saying trust your intuition. There's going to be changes. I'm going to read the back because there is text on the back for you. So I'll quickly go through all this with you. The High Priestess of Atlantis. The High Priestesses of Atlantis, were highly evolved women who were honoured and revered by for their compassion, understanding and selfless service to their people. They embodied feminine wisdom and channeled guidance from the Intergalactic Council for the development of Atlantis. In order to develop their powers and incredible psychic and spiritual skills, they undertook extraordinary initiations. They undertook extraordinary initiations to test themselves and to maintain their sixth-dimensional frequency. This is the card of feminine power and wisdom. Do not rely on logic or rational thought at this time. If you chose the High Priestess, you are called on to use your intuition 100%, and your psychic gifts. Respond to challenges from your deepest knowing, for the answers lie within. You are reminded to work with total integrity and compassion. Access your wisdom and listen to your intuition. You guys definitely need to dig deep and go within and listen to your gut. You've got to feel if something is right or something isn't right. It's a little bit like what I use. You kind of have to judge it, and you ask a question, it will either go this way for yes or it will go round for no, right? That's kind of what you're going to have to do, but with your gut. You're going to have to go, does this feel right? Does it not feel right? And this is saying that your intuition is strong. Potentially, you could be coming away from a job that's very high powered to move into the more spiritual things, like what I'm doing here, doing readings, helping others through that. That might be your dream, but it's saying believe and trust. So whatever your inkling is that you need to be doing in this life, then absolutely follow it. Let's have a look and see what the advice of the unicorn cards have to say. Yes, look, hope. Here, look. Hope. Beautiful card. And that says, look with new eyes and create the change that awaits you. See, definitely work. So this is definitely about that, I feel, for some of you. Some of you, it will be relationships, but you will know that. But if you're in a relationship, you're happy, then this is mainly to do with work. So that one is looking to look with new eyes and create the change that awaits you. And then we have birth. So for some of you that are in relationships, maybe you're looking to have babies. But I genuinely think that this particular birth card is again to do with work. And it says, be receptive to a new idea, child or situation. So with this reading, I would say you are about to start something new. And it's going to be very exciting. But you are a leader in your field. You're a leader at what you do. But I think that you want to do a curveball and you're a little bit scared of doing it. But what it's saying is you've already got these skills from doing this wonderful job that you're doing now. You've already got the skills that's needed. You just need to put a plan together and listen to others that are going to help you. But you definitely have the strength and the wisdom and the intuition. This is the key. You've got two high priestesses here. So they cannot be more direct with you right here to say, listen to your gut, follow your dreams, have hope, and some new beginnings will happen. But you have to leave this job or leave this person or leave this situation and just believe and trust that there is a new situation on the horizon that's going to be great. Now, before the end of this reading, what we need to do is go through these lovely angel cards. Now, the angel cards only have something on the back there, so they're mainly text. So the first one you have out is discipline. So discipline is, sorry, I dropped my own cards there. Life happens. Okay, discipline. An unruly dog is a hazard to itself and others. The animal which has learned discipline and obedience can be trusted and will loyally and lovingly serve its master. It's then allowed off its lead. Through discipline comes freedom. The master you are called on to obey is your higher self. You came to earth on a mission and only self-discipline will enable you to fulfill it. Tune in, ask your angels for help and support so that your life becomes happy and rewarding and divinely directed. Discipline is the key to fulfilling your destiny. And the affirmation here is self-discipline brings me freedom. Yes, absolutely. In this, again, ties in with the female knight here, making plans, making sure that you don't just go into something blind, making sure that you do follow your dreams, but that you've made a solid framework of how that's going to work, what the good things are, what the bad things are, what might happen, what might not happen. Just make your framework, make your plan of whatever it will be, because discipline is definitely going to help you. And the next card we have is patience. Of course, things don't happen overnight. Again, ties in with all this planning. So you will definitely need to have patience on that, but I'll read this card out for you. Trust the higher forces of life to know what is best for you. And remember that when you are asked to wait, you are being prepared for something even better than you expected. All of this says this. So change your attitude to one of acceptance, relax and take stock. I'm just going to go back to that because acceptance is a big thing, because we all have expectations of what things might happen. And when they don't, we get very disillusioned or downhearted, and we need to learn to accept those situations that come to us. And if it doesn't happen the way that we thought, then we need to learn to accept that and move on to the next thing, as opposed to just worrying about it and maintaining your presence in the past. You can't do that. You need to be in the now, planning and making sure that you've got everything in place here. But you need to have the patience to proceed with it, and the acceptance that you will need the patience, the acceptance that it's not going to happen like that and overnight, and learn that you can, that it will be a slow process, but you will absolutely achieve it. Ask your angels to unfold you during this waiting period so that you can listen to the promptings of the divine. This, again, could be synchronicities. It could be, suddenly a book falls off a shelf and it's the one that you need to read at that time. Look for signs and synchronicities. That's the divine trying to contact you, let you know that you're on the right path. Do not rush off on some wild goose chase of your lower will. Again, this is absolutely tied in with this. So it's saying, don't rush off. Get prepared. Don't go on a wild goose chase. When the time is right and you are ready and refreshed, the next door will open. Have hope. Patience is always rewarded. The affirmation for this is, all things happen at the perfect time. And that is absolutely right. That is exactly right. There are no mistakes. The universe doesn't make mistakes. So you have to trust in the process, but whatever idea you have is definitely a good one. You definitely should make a plan about it, put it on paper, speak to people about it, speak to people who are experienced at it, and just believe and trust that this is going to happen. You've got excellent instinct, and you just need to have the discipline and the patience to deal with it. So we'll drag the last card out, which is Archangel Samuel. I know it sounds like I'm saying it with a lisp, but I'm not. Archangel Samuel works on the pink ray of love, and being blessed with his Archangel card indicates that you are ready to open your heart to unconditional love. Nice. Love has no restrictions and accepts all people as they are, nor does it judge. True love is so powerful that it dissolves hurt, anger, and separation. Let love flow from your heart and touch your loved ones, those you dislike, and strangers. This creates a bridge of light which the angels can move along to bring hope and peace. In return, your life will be blessed and filled with love. The affirmation is, my heart is filled with the flame of love. Now that's so nice, because this is not just about meeting somebody or being in love with another person. This is also learning to love ourselves, and that's what this the strength, the feminine quality about this reading is. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, but that doesn't mean that you have that you'll be weak. It means that there's a strength in being able to cut away all the BS and just go, actually, I'm a nice person, I'm a decent human being, and I can do that, and I deserve it, and I'm loved, and that's okay. And I genuinely think that with this particular reading, that this card is coming up to say, trust yourself, love yourself, and that will overflow from you. So whatever this idea is, whatever this move that you want to make is, do it from a place of love. Make sure that you love yourself throughout this whole project, even if things go wrong, because again, you've got patience here, you've got to make a plan. So that normally means that there might be a few things, a few hiccups that you won't be expecting, but if you've made a good enough plan, you'll be able to deal with that straight away. And also enough to love yourself, so that if things do go a little bit awry for a short period of time, you don't blame yourself. You just see and accept that that's what's happened at that moment in time. See if there's a lesson in there you can learn and move on, and just rejig your plan. But overall, for those of you that's picked reading number 3, is a really strong reading to say you are leaders, you are way showers, you are about to go through change, and that you absolutely should, and you're going to be your own boss. This is not about going to work for another company. This is about you doing something for yourself, and whatever that may be, you are going to be successful at it if you remember to plan, to love yourself, be patient, and stay disciplined. Then you definitely will succeed. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you want to know about any of the cards that I've used during your reading, there'll be detail below. And I wish you all the love and luck and light in the world. And yes, best of luck with that. I'm going to move on to reading number 4. Hello and welcome to reading number 4. So if you pick Jade, reading number 4, then this is your reading. Going to pop the Jade over there, and then we'll crack on with your lovely reading. Let's hope we get some answers for you today. Okay, so the first one out is the Gypsy Traveller. Very nice. The Elder, which is the Aboriginal Elder. Beautiful card. And we have the Celtic Lord here. Quite an interesting match. Let me see. Okay. So here you've got the Gypsy Traveller, who, it's not just about travelling distances. It says here moving in a direction, but it's not just about travelling distances in life, in the world. It's about inner distances as well. So it's about how far you've come spiritually as well. It's also a sign that you may be travelling, or you have an urge to travel, or you want to go and see people around there, the world. But yes, it's very much a moving. So you're moving in the right direction. It's also something to say, look how far you've come spiritually. So, you know, it asks you to reflect back as well, to see where you were 10 years ago to where you are now, for example, and see how much of a journey you've had to get yourself here now. But with these two here, the Elder card here is move beyond ancestral patterns. And what this card is about not being, what's the word I'm looking for now? Not being judged by what your family's done or what your family have put upon you, such as, you know, you'll never be good at this, you'll never be good at that, or, you know, you fell out with people or members of your family, or there's a bad bloodline somewhere where something or somebody has done something in your ancestral past or in your recent past. This is about cutting ties with that ideology and understanding that you are here for your own purpose. You are here as you and not as your family, and not as, you know, that somebody else has put on you and said, oh, you need to be this way or that way. This is saying you need to live your own truth and your own authentic self. But at the moment, I mean, as I'm touching this card, I feel like you are potentially going through an awakening of some description, like a meaningful psychic or meditation awakening. You're realising that the world is quite corrupt, and it's, you know, it's not a world that you'd necessarily want to be in, and you're starting to wake up to that. But it's really important. These cards have come to you to say, I understand that you're disillusioned right now, but look how far you've come, and there is still a long way to go. You need to go within. You need to deal with this family tie. You need to deal with these expectations that your family have on you. And you need to realise that it's okay to draw a line. It's okay to say no. And it's okay not to be judged by something that isn't fair, because it's not anything to do with you. So I definitely say that you are going through some sort of awakening, because this one is take charge with authority. So yes, he's the Lord, you know, yes, he's very powerful, but he also has the crown, the wooden crowns on his head, which shows he's quite earthed and quite grounded. So albeit that he is strong and stands up for what he thinks and what he believes in, it's not in a arrogant or overly confident way. It's in a fiercely loving way. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to be fiercely loving to yourself and allow this family issue to dissipate, and be strong enough to stand your truth, stand in your truth, stand in your light, understand that you are here as your own person, and you have come so far. Like, you've travelled so far internally and externally, you know. I get a feel, I know it's a generalised reading, but I'm getting a feeling that some of you are going through the awakening process. But hopefully these cards will shed some idea on that. So let's have a look at Archangel Michael deck. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay, so let's see what the other one is. Also, let's have a look at that, because that is beautiful, isn't it? I mean, he's got some crazy hair going on there. That's not how I imagine him, but hey ho, he looks cool there. I love the cards. Pay attention to your dreams, that one. And the second card from that deck is your home is protected by angels. Now that's really lovely. And it also can signify moving as well, which again, we have the traveller. But again, this could be a spiritual thing. Your home is protected by angels basically is just telling you that the angels are protecting you, both not only you and everybody in it, but also if you've lost something within your house, they'll help you find it. If you're struggling to pay your rent, they'll help, that that you'll manifest some money from somewhere where you don't even know where it's going to come from, but it will come. They're saying that you're protected. There's things that are happening to help you with that. And also if you are moving home, then it's protecting you during that move, making sure it'll go smoothly. So it really depends on what your life circumstances are right now, but your home, your space is being protected by angels. So no matter whether you're staying where you are or going somewhere else, you are, and everybody in it will be protected, which is nice. But this one is saying pay attention to your dreams. Now, again, connected to the traveller, the gypsy traveller who deals with intuition, psychic abilities. It's about listening to your dreams, finding out. I mean, sometimes we can't remember our dreams. I mean, sometimes I know I've had some brilliant dreams and I just can't remember them by, about 2 minutes after I've woken up. I think I should have wrote that down. This is telling you to do that, exactly that. So write it down. Sometimes we can't remember them, but if you meditate to Archangel Michael and ask him to reveal your dreams, sometimes you start to then to remember what was in your dreams. But I believe that during this awakening, you may be having some crazy ass dreams and you need to write them down. They might not all make sense, but there'll be a message or a lesson in there somewhere, and you're certainly getting downloaded, as in information is being downloaded to you while you sleep. This could also be a card that says you're not getting enough sleep. And if you can't remember your dreams, then are you going to bed sober? Or are you having a drink? Or are you smoking something? Or, are you putting something into your body? Because that can also disturb REM sleep. So that may be why you can't remember your dreams. But if you can remember your dreams, brilliant. But if not, then try and see what you can do. Make sure you're getting enough rest, making sure that you've got enough time to dream, and just keeping a journal as well, because they are communicating with you through that method. So let's have a look at the next one, which is from the Atlanteans, which is the dolphin card. Now, some of you may or may not know, but the dolphin is related to a star constellation called Sirius, and there are star seeds on this earth from Sirius, but some of them went from their light bodies into dolphins, and they depart knowledge of the universe to people using water vibrations and things like that. But this actually does have text on the back, so I'll give that a quick read for you so that we can put it into context. Dolphins came to the earth from Sirius to teach humans. They are wise ones who maintain the vibration of the oceans. In Atlantis, they telepathically imparted guidance, technological knowledge and wisdom as they swam with people. They still do this, at the same time offering us healing and joy and helping to reconnect us to our soul energy. After the fall, the mighty angels of Atlantis took dolphin bodies and became angel dolphins. They seek people who are pure and dedicated enough to work with them now. So that will be you. Wisdom and joy. This card suggests that you live lightly and wisely and bringing joy, fun and laughter into your life. It's so important. You are also guided to develop your healing abilities, serving your fellow humans on this planet. Serve with wisdom and joy. So in this awakening, you may find that you are a healer. You may find that you're interested in Reiki all of a sudden, or doing yoga, or wanting to teach that, or something along those lines. But I think definitely you're getting your upgrades while you sleep. It also is, I don't know what it is, but it's just the sense is telling me that you maybe need to work out your bedtime routine better in order to get this. So get plenty of rest, make sure you're sober when you go to bed, and keep a journal with this. That's came back to me again, so I'm guessing that is what you need to do. But yeah, let's have a look at the next set of cards and see if it makes any difference. Flight, dream big. Okay, so this one, flight, and it says, let your creative imagination fly. Now, yes, you definitely should be. I think personally you are on an awakening. And it all seems a little bit crazy because things that you're learning doesn't make sense to you just yet, or seem a little bit out there. But You're definitely meant to create, and you need to think big and let your imagination fly, because I think you've been hindered quite a lot by your family ties, and the fact that you feel that you've got this thing where you have to do something for your family, or you feel that if you don't do that then something bad will happen or something like that. But you need to allow that to happen. They're on their own journey, you're on your journey. You need to fly high, and don't forget, when you fly high you need to ground all that back. So ground it down to where you are right now. So dream big, but make sure that you ask the angels to ground it onto this earth, into this existence, so that you can flourish. But you need to stop being stunted when it comes to creativity. It's telling you to fly, to get out there, to think for yourself, to, embrace the world. But also, I think this healing thing, this, what you're going through at the moment, the awakening, will eventually bring you to a point where you're going to go, I can do this. And then you're going to follow it, and you're going to learn your Reiki, or you're going to learn how to heal people. And you may or may not do this as a full-time job. But for me, it's just getting to that point. It's getting to the point of coming out of this situation where you feel stunted and kind of caved in, to the point of cutting that tie and just opening yourself up. I think that's all this is really, is about allowing you to stand in your own light and to think, I can do this myself, I don't need anybody else. As long as you are okay with it, then that should be all that matters. And I think this is all kind of telling you that you should do that. It's okay to do that. You are protected by angels. You are protected, and you don't need to be judged for this issue. The second one is blessings. So this is count your blessings, for the good in your life will multiply. We act as a magnet to what we want to bring to us and what we want to manifest. And what happens is we go, I like that one, but I preferred this one. Or, I like that, but it's not enough. I want more of this. And what we tend to do is get quite complacent, and we forget that we need to be happy and grateful for everything that we have right now. Because once you sit in that place of gratitude and love, you then become a magnet for gratitude and love and the high vibrational things. So if you're needing, to make more money, or you want to get that new job, or you want to, start a new relationship, or you want all these things to happen, all these wonderful things to happen, you have to be in a place of vibration that's going to meet. And so it's saying that at the moment you're being weighed down by this ancestral or bloodline, but once you let go of that, and you realise how grateful you are for everything, maybe your house, or maybe the people around you, your health, think of things as to why you can be grateful, why you can be happy. Because once you do that, everything else around you starts to manifest, and you start to double and triple everything, and start to multiply all these things, all these wonderful things around you. So for me, this reading has a line of, I think you're going through an awakening. You need to let go of past. You need to recognise how far you've come, and be kind to yourself. And here, speak your truth with authority, but with kindness. And, just stand your ground in your light. Make sure that you pay attention to your dreams. Make sure you're getting enough rest, and potentially go to bed sober. And this one is, your angels protected. You're protecting your home, so you don't need to worry about your base. That's protected. If you're worrying about that, let that worry go. Give that over to the angels. They are looking out for that. I think they want you to concentrate on dreaming big. Think about things that you want to do. Now you're not kind of chaste to this. Think about what it is that you want to do, but be grateful for everything that you already have, and you'll just see abundance come to you. And it's a new way of thinking for you, I feel, but you are absolutely able to do it. And of course, there's going to be things that are going to come into your way that you're going to think, oh God, no, that's a sign that I shouldn't do this or that and the other. Just keep forging ahead. Just keep getting up. Every day you have a new opportunity to start again. Time is linear. It doesn't exist. If you go to bed and think, I didn't do all those things that I wanted to do, just start again the next day. And if it doesn't happen the next day, just keep going. There's more days. So don't be hard on yourself. Allow the awakening to happen. Allow yourself to be, in your own light, as opposed to being connected to others in your family or your bloodline. And start to live, because I genuinely think that you're going to become a healer of others. You're going to help others in some way, maybe through counselling or something like that if you're not into the spiritual side of things. But I definitely think that you're going to be connecting to some sort of higher self, and I look forward to seeing what that might bring for you. So now we're going to go to the angel messenger cards. So hopefully it'll put something into perspective. So the first one out is communication. And I'll read these because they are text cards. They do have a lovely picture on them, but they're mainly text. Communication. The angels remind you that you're being... Oh, I'll start again. Sorry. I do this sometimes. My brain just stops working. So here we go. Communication. The angels remind you that being spiritual is about being genuine and honest. Here you go. When you speak from the heart, others feel the resonance of truth and trust you. Talk positively. Focus on the good in your life and you will feel happier and healthier. Communication is a two-way process. Listen with interest and respond openly. This will improve all relationships. Communicate constantly with Source, using prayer. Now, Source is either, God or Jesus or whoever your God is. Then that's what they mean when they refer to Source. Communicate constantly with Source using prayer, and which is asking, and meditation, which is listening. Always keep channels of communication open. Be a bridge to others' hearts and minds. Ask your angels to step into your aura and communicate in a higher way through you. Yes, you see, ask them to communicate through you. So I genuinely believe that you're going to be some sort of communication healer, as in you'll be doing counselling with somebody or Reiki, or maybe you'll just start a blog, or maybe you'll just do something that's going to help others. But yeah, definitely, I communicate clearly and honestly. So that's actually a really good card for you to have. Next one up is cooperation. Forgive me if I stumble. Angel wisdom suggests that you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles. Eliminate. See, I told you. Knew I'd bugger up, but here we go. Eliminate power struggles, conflict and competition, which come from an ego desire to win. Maybe to do with the way that your family is. Maybe they're very competitive. Make it your aim that everybody has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Again, it's definitely something where you're going to bring people together or teach people or show people. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn, for the angels will bless your endeavours. I cooperate with everybody, and that's quite difficult because we can't always cooperate with everybody, especially if they're annoying us, but we are all reflections of the same thing. We are just different perceptions of the same thing, and so we need to be kind to each other and understand that being kind to others, the angels can see that, they bring it back to you, and you are rewarded for that. Now, your final card is imagination. Brilliant. Because that's something that potentially at the moment you're not comfortable with, because of this tie to what you should be or how you should be. But once you understand that you don't have to do that, you can start again. You can be you, a brand new person, a brand new you. You can do that. And all it requires really is a bit of imagination and a little bit of patience and determination, and go for it. Okay, so thoughts are the building bricks of life, for everything begins with a thought. Add creativity to thoughts and you have imagination. Every castle starts as a castle in the air. This image is then grounded by architects and builders. Grounding your ideas. Here, you just had that in flight there. So this is definitely telling you that you're going to be shifting within, which is great. The angels are inviting you to use the power of your creative imagination to expand your horizons and picture the life you want. When you hold a vision, the angels see the clarity of your intention and open doors to help you.
The angel wisdom guides you to decide your desired outcomes. Be certain that you have the purest intentions. Then image your dreams, and start the process of creation. Oh, imagine, I think that's supposed to say it's a typo, but that's all right because I sometimes don't read them properly. So then imagine your dreams and start the process of creation. So again, the dreams, pay attention to your dreams. I picture positive outcomes for the highest good. And the reason why you have to picture that is because we are what we attract. So we have to stay on the high vibration, but you definitely have to get your thinking cap on. Think, what is it that I want to do? What is it? Where is it that I want to go? And just put the pen on paper. So it's bringing that into, it's putting something, you're manifesting something that's in your head, and then you're putting it out there and making it a reality. So even just putting a pen to paper is taking it from your head to the pen to the paper. And then what happens is you get somebody to action that, and then it brings it into this reality. And, you know, I'm going to say to people that have chosen this reading, good luck, because you're about to go through something really quite wonderful, and it's quite scary, especially when you hear things like cut ties or, you know. But I think you're going to go through such a beautiful spiritual awakening, and you're going to, instead of feeling like you're alone, which you maybe have been in your own family even, you're going to suddenly feel part of a community and part of a movement, a spiritual movement, if you like, you know, where you might be helping people, talking to others about your experiences, starting a blog, or, you know, something where you're going to be around a community of people, and you're going to share your experiences. But you are going through that growth at the moment. You are traveling. You're traveling through your life at the moment. But again, I'm going to end this reading, should I say, and bring it back to this. And that is, remember how far you've come. Remember where you are, even though it might seem a little bit strange to think that, you know, you can be a different person. You've come a long way, and you still have a way to go. But you need to listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and speak your truth. Always speak your truth. So on that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck, all the love and light of the world. And I genuinely think you're going to have such a wonderful time coming up when you realise that you are part of this wider community, and you're going to feel more alive than you ever have done. So good luck with whatever change you're planning. And, you know, it's not easy waking up. It's not easy going through an awakening. You know, it's you're not all love and light. You certainly go through the dark times, but you will get through it, and you will teach others about it. And for that, I think is going to be wonderful. So with that, love and light to you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please like and subscribe if that's what you would like to do. And if you're interested in any of the cards that we've got here today, I'll put a description of whose cards they are down below. So with all the love and light, take care.